Hey guys, I'm checking out Valves by Native Instruments and E Instruments, and this is not your regular brass library. It's a little bit more complex and a little bit more creative. So I'm going to try and break it down for you so you'll see the potential, and we are going to check a lot of the presets so you'll appreciate the sounds and the patterns that you can get with this library. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, if you have any questions. And if you just want to talk with me about this library or anything else, you're most welcome to join my Discord server. I'm going to put the links in the description of this video. Let's get started. Let's dive into the engines first, because that will make everything else a lot easier to understand. So on the top right, we have three different icons. I'm going to click the first one here, and this will go into the engines. And you can see that we have 5 different instruments. We have Flugelhorn, French horn, trombone, Euphonium, and we have a tuba. And for each one, we have different patterns. And let's go for the first one here. And you can see that we have just one long kind of swell, but I'm going to clear everything. And now this is tightly related to the beat that we have, 4x4 right now, and also the grid, which is 8. But you can definitely change that. But let's leave it for now. And I'm going to click the plus. Once you click the plus, you'll get a choice of different playing styles and different articulations. So we can go with a swell, for example, and go with 1 bar swell, and it will sound like this. And then nothing, right? It sounds and then it stops, but I can add more. So I'm going to go with a wave, and we'll go with B. But as you can see, it takes the space of the entire grid. So what I'm going to do just for this demonstration, I'm going to go with these 3 dots here and delete. And again, let's click a plus and go with crescendo, and I can go with 2 bars. And another click on the plus, and now let's get something like motifs, and I'm going to go with A1. And I can go on and get another one and another one. And so now let's have a listen. Now, as I play, you can see on the bottom wheels that we have the Flugelhorn just rotating. And that makes sense when we are adding more and more instruments. So let's get another preset, and now we'll appreciate how this works. So I'm going into the engines, and you can see that we have for the French horn a pattern, and we have a different pattern for the Flugelhorn, and so on. So that's basically the idea here. We have for each of the instruments different articulations, different patterns that can play together. But not only that, for each one, we can actually click this drop down here and add an arpeggiator. So I'm going to go with the arp up. But that's not all, because we actually have 3 different patterns for each of the instruments, and you can see that on the bottom. You can see we have this slider here going from A to C, and as we pull to the right, we are actually moving along and changing the different instruments between A, B, and C patterns. And so that's the way it works, but we can also use the randomizer here. So I'm going to click this, and every time we're clicking random, we'll get different patterns. So there's a lot of things that you can do here, and you can shape your own patterns, sounds, and everything else. So let's see what else we got here. So I'm going to click this next icon, and now we can shape the sound even further with some insert effects and send effects. So for the insert effects, we have a compressor, we have tone, we have tape saturation. And for the send effects, well, that really depends on what exactly is set for the send effects. So we have a choice. We have two effects, and the first one, I'm going to click the title, and you have a choice of delays, rooms, halls, play springs, and that whatever you select here, that's fine, because the same list will go for the other effect. So I'm going to click the next one. And so it's really up to you which effect you want for the first and the second. And now all the other instruments will have the same choice. So we have modern delay and a concert A space. And I'm going to go with the next instrument, and it's the same. So whatever you select here, that just basically goes for all the instruments. And then finally, we also have main effects. And here we have different types of effects like filters, EQs, saturation, modulations. And you need to pay attention here for something. Let's get the flanger, and I'm going to close this. You'll see that we actually have some modulations here, and you can click the icon and get different types of modulations. We have the rate and we have the depth. And we can select something else for the second main effect. And let's try, for example, the tape saturation. I'm going to close that. And again, we have some modulations that can go on here. And let's try something else. For example, I can go with a low pass and close. So you can definitely see the potential here. And finally, we have some settings like voice detection, and we have pitch bands, we have tuning, and we have the loading of the samples that can go for all Kontakt or per preset. And that's the main idea behind this instrument. There's not a lot more. Other than that, we also have on the bottom character, and we have dynamics. And if you're using the mod wheel, you'll see that you're controlling the dynamics. Well, I think all we need to do now is just flick through some of the presets, and that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. If you have questions and anything related to this or anything else, just let me know in the comments, and you can get in touch with me directly through Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and all the links are in the description of this video. And by the way, if this video was helpful for you, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and if you're really feeling like very happy today, maybe consider clicking the thanks button or even joining the channel membership, where you can get some discounts, free plugins almost every month, and a private one-on-one session with myself to talk about plugins and virtual instruments or anything that we can agree upon. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks, and bye-bye.